Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Logan with All Paths Taken. This is part 11 of our 100% walkthrough of Bloodborne. We accomplished so much in the last episode by completing a couple of different areas in one episode. Upper Cathedral Ward and Yargul the Unseen Village. We even wrapped up Eileen the Crow's side quest, so much was done. And in this episode, we are going to be going back to school by venturing into the lecture building in the mind of Amygdala. If we have time, we will also enter the Nightmare Frontier as well. But as always, we are going for full completion, so every item, every secret, every boss, so grab your weapon of choice, and let's continue the hunt. Now, to get there, we have to go back to the Advent Plaza, where we took down the One Reborn, and then we gotta enter the first building, in the lecture building, I should say, where we actually find a dead body. And that dead body is, if you didn't know, it is Amygdala, the boss that we kill in the Nightmare of Mensis. These are all scholars of the Nightmare of Mensis, or all scholar of the Mensis building, or the School of Mensis, I should say. So we're going to head in and venture and go back to school. Here's our boy Amygdala, who is long dead and gone, but since he is so crazy and has seen the Great Ones and kind of expanded into their realm a little bit, he has formed his own dimension or dream or nightmare that is kind of intertwined with the one that we are in. So, a lot of different rooms that we can go in. There's a lot of different traps. So be mindful when you're coming through here. Whenever you see an item, there's a pretty fair chance that there's going to be a water professor who will try to fall down on you and try to whoop your butt. But we are incredibly strong for this building. Like, again, we are at +9. If you don't have your weapon to +9 yet, there's going to be a couple chunks or a chunk in here that we will grab eventually. You don't need to kill these guys. I'm going to, just because it'll make exploring the level a little bit easier, as eventually there will be a couple rooms that, for lack of better words, we're just going to need to clear out so we can grab all of the items that are in there. Because there's a couple of garbs that we can find, or clothes that we can find. There are a couple of... There's a tool that we need to get, a hunter tool that we need to get, I should say. So it is kind of a big deal that we do that, or do kill some of these guys so they don't bother us when we're down there. Guys, you are very aggressive. I'm going to need you to calm down. And there is our bloodstone chunk. Ooh, he coming. Oh boy, he coming. He coming for that booty. Wants to give me a really big high five. Didn't work out. Now this dude, very angry, very aggressive. We're going to take him out real quick. We're going to let him come through and destroy a couple of these things, so we don't have to worry about him. It just clears out some space. So again, these guys do have some big attacks. When they slam down and there's like a big roar and then they slam down, that is when we want to hit that one bone in their leg. That will do the most amount of damage to them. Ow, ow. Well, that was close. Alright, what'd you give me? Twins, nice. Alright, don't go through that door. That takes you to Mensis. We will come back for it later. But we're going to come in here. I can't remember if there's an item in here. Or a chest. Nope, just lore. Dang it. That's fine. Alright, so we're going to come down this way into the next area. You can take the ladder if you want. I'm fine with a little bit of fall damage. And here we see our favorite NPC in Souls game, Patches.
You cannot be. How did this come to pass?
Alright, so here's the funny part with Patches. We are supposed to have already gone to the Nightmare Frontier at this point. The reason that I have not gone is because we eventually have the ability to come there later when we're way stronger. So he is like, how did you find me? You're not supposed to find me. I sent you down a swampy river, a poison river. So that's what, like, the of course I think ill of you type of thing is about. It's not necessarily that he has already wronged us. It's that he was supposed to wrong us. We just haven't gone there yet to get wronged, if that makes sense. So we are going to run down through this empty corridor, or seemingly empty corridor. There are a few doors that we can get. We will eventually get a key to open a couple doors. I just got to remember which door it is, because this is one long hallway that I very rarely run around. Because there's just, like, you know, no enemies in here that's worth my time. Because they're all water professors and other students that are pretty easy to beat up. But there is a very important item in here. You got another water professor over here who's going to drop down. Since we were supposed to come here way earlier, these guys are going to die incredibly fast. Because again, we're at +9 with our weapon. Things are going to die very, very quickly. But in this room is where you will actually want to run and grab more red jelly every time you come through on New Game or New Game Plus. The red jelly, this is the only red jelly you can get outside of Chalice dungeons. If you want to get more red jelly and you don't want to go through New Game Plus, you have to go through the Great Is Chalice, which you don't get until you complete a lot of chalices later in the game. Alright, there should be a door around here somewhere that is unlocked on one side that we can go in so we can get a key. There it is. Perfect. So in here, we just got a couple of enemies. You can get them if you want. Not that big of a deal. Here is our student uniform. Let's go kill this dude. Really simple, really easy. Then we gotta go to that other door that is locked. There shouldn't be anything in here but lore, if I remember correctly. Yep, nothing but lore. So, we're gonna run out this way. Does not open from this side. That is where our next hunter tool is, the Augur of Abritas. And we're going to run this way through the pillars. And we're going to open the door with the lecture key. Now, in here, there is just a boatload of students. Okay? They are going to try to stomp you. You might think it is a good idea to kill them by the doors. Honestly, it is not. It is not worth it. Just run around, find the ones without a hat on. Try to kill those ones first, because they are going to be the ones that will do most of the damage to you, because the other ones are just going to try to use their arms and hit you, which are a lot easier to navigate than, you know, trying to kill them all through doors. But by this point in the game, you are so strong, it doesn't really matter how much damage they do, because we're going to do so much more. Alright. We got all of them dead. There's some Quicksilver bullets that they dropped. Now it's time to grab our next item. Our next item is going to be, our next main item of the game, our main tool, is going to be the Augur of Abritas. This is what that choir church hunter shot at us. It's just the tentacles that extend from the abyss. That's all it is. Now, we have no other doors to go through other than the purple door down here and the purple door up top. The purple door up top leads us to the Nightmare of Mensis, but we are actually going to go into the Nightmare Frontier. And the reason being is we are way too strong for the Nightmare Frontier. So we're just going to get it done with now in one episode. Hey, if you're enjoying the run, make sure to subscribe to my channel, All Paths Taken. I cover every secret, every boss, and every hidden path so you never miss a thing. Because here, we don't just play the game, we take all paths. So be sure to subscribe right now. Now, I will also mention, before I go through the level, to go back and level up, if you don't have the Poison Rune on, I highly recommend you put it on, because this whole level has multiple poison swamps. So, if you don't want to get poisoned as much, make sure you have one of the church garb sets on. So, I am going to take off Blood Rapture, because there's no real need for it. Where is my poison resistance? Clear Deep Sea, that is what I need. Excellent. What are my other slots? Beast Rune. Yeah, we'll keep that one on. Yeah, we'll keep that one on. That's fine. Let's repair. And now we can level up. God, this is the most amount of health I've had on a character in so long. I don't think I'm ever going to die again. I'm going to be honest. I'm really good at this game, so I don't think I'm going to die again. But now, we want to put on our church set. Again, you can use either the white church set or the black church set. Those two have the highest amount of slow poison resistance. I like the white church set because it has the highest. So, now we definitely should not get poisoned very quickly at all. The Nightmare Frontier is all the way up here on the top. So let's go back. If you don't have antidotes, make sure to buy antidotes as well, as there, and I don't believe we find very many of them in this level. Alright. So, from here, there's going to be a lot of crawly boys with bloodstone shards. Again, we are supposed to come here, like, right after we get into the Forbidden Woods. So, we are way overpowered for everything in this little area. So, we'd come up here, kill this beastie boy who loves to crawl around on the ground. We are then going to come over to the right and fall down on this body for a lead elixir. We're going to fall down for the gem that he drops. This is our shortcut that we will come back near the end of the level when we are about to fight Amygdala. But now we want to come this way because there's a big boy here that will attack you. See? Will attack you. Hits pretty hard. But he will drop twins. There's another one later in the level that will drop a chunk. But again, focus on trying to kill those guys first before we fight the big enemies. Alright, now in this area, once we get across the bridge, you can already see him. There's a hunter up there, and there's going to be another hunter that comes up as well. Eventually, we will get to a point where... Let me see if I can find it. That stone right there will fall down, and we can go exploring up yonder. But that is a little bit later in the level, once we have found a little hidden path that kind of leads us back that way. So, this level is very interconnected, and if you're wondering, yes, you can see Patches. Patches is right there. Apparently, he isn't dead, even though we've already killed him and got the ruin that we're supposed to get from him. But we can come back across this little bridge. If you didn't know, in the Chalice dungeons and in this level, if you walk past these guys, eventually they turn a different color. Like this guy will eventually turn purple the next time I'm there, so you can see that we've already got him. Now, there's two hunters that are going to come up. This one's coming first. There's another one that will eventually join us. It is going to be very simple and easy to kill these guys. Like, they're going to die in like 4 hits, maybe 5. Easy. And where's the other one? There's the other one. Very easy. Lead elixirs from both of them. Now, if you are playing online, you have probably already noticed a bell maiden that has been chiming out and about this area. She is right over there on that rock. All you're going to do is circle around and take a hard right, and you will find the path that leads to her. But for now, we're going to run through and come up here. And we want to run and jump if you can, or roll. Either one will work. And we want to grab an item up top. It is our Fading Lake Ruin. Don't remember what that one does. It's been a while since I've grabbed that one. Fading Lake is fire damage reduction, so that's pretty good against a couple of bosses in the DLC. But we got our Madman's Knowledge. Now we're going to come down here to the right. Before we grab that item, we're going to come in and dodge this guy quick to get behind him. And we... What in the hitbox? What in the janky hitbox is that? There we go. And we're going to kill him. Again, we are so high health, we don't really have to worry about him. But still, it's just nice to get him out of the way first before we grab items. Now we're going to come out and don't kill that thing, because that guy's going to throw a rock at you. Again, it is just a bloodstone shard. So what I recommend doing is running up to these guys and killing them while they have stones. Once you kill them, then you can reset the area and get all of these bloodstone shards if you want them. We want to run this way first to kill this dude. If you can see, there's one on the far left who's also... Why, game? I was clearly going around. Want to dodge to make sure the other one throwing rocks at us doesn't hit us. You can see it coming. Just got to walk or dodge away from it to make sure we don't get hit. And then there's an item right over here for bolt paper as well. Now, we're going to come back down this direction. And we're going to head over towards him by coming down this path. There's a little beastie boy with a torch that we're going to kill. And we want to get behind the pillar so we don't get hit with the rocks. And then we're going to run across this bridge up to the big boy. And he dead. And now you can exit the game, come back, retrace your steps through this little section, and you can get all those bloodstone shards if you want to. I am not going to, simply because I have all the bloodstone shards I need. Like, I got 21 already, and there's still more enemies that we will grab. Like, there's little crawly boys down below that you'll see running around. Like, there's another one that we will eventually kill to get more twins and bloodstone shards. Also, I should mention, I believe it is back that way. There is a hunter tool that we need, the messenger's gift, that we will have to go grab. If it is not down there, it is in a different area of the level. But either way, we got to go down there for some items. So we will cover everything eventually. Now, we're going to run up this way. Wasn't there somebody behind me? I don't remember. Oh, well. But we're going to run up this way. And up here, to the right, we should have another big beastie boy. That is pretty easy to miss. But we're going to grab more twins if you need them. And then we can come back across. We do not want to go that way yet. We actually want to send this down. So we have a little ramp to go off of. And we can now come back up this way. It's a cool interactive little shortcut. But now we can get closer to Patches if we want, so he can knock us down the ledge. So that item right there is literally nothing. You don't need to go grab it. Patches is trying to trap you, go onto that spot so he can send you off the cliff. We're not going to go that way because it's just going to put us in the poison swamp before we are ready. We're going to come here to the left and grab our next rune. We got blood vials. We got another little crawler with bloodstone shards. And we're going to take a right turn, fall down, and hug the wall. And we should be able to grab our next rune. What? Where's the rune? I might be a dummy, but that's fine. It's over here somewhere. I just gotta find it. So these guys are pretty creepy. You don't have to kill them if you don't want to. Just know... Ow. Just know we're grabbing our cold blood that they have. And another thick cold blood. Ooh, they dropped that. Cool. Alright. So, let's retrace our steps a little bit. Oh, that's where it is. It's by you. I forgot about that. Stunning Deep Sea is another ruin. I believe this one is the, yeah, rapid poison resistance. Alright, now we're going to run around this direction. Essentially, all we did was make a loop. So, if you remember, over there, above my head, was where we went to grab that Fading Lake ruin. And we fell down and we killed the NPCs over there. We're just going to retrace our steps and head back that way. So, don't kill anybody. Just run across. It is a lot easier. Saves you some time and a little bit of a headache. We're going to grab the antidotes that we see. There's a bloodstone shard guy over here that you saw. Again, not worth it as of the moment. So we're going to run around the rocks. And again, we want to take a left turn. A hard left turn. And come over here past these boys to be where we are at. This is also Oh, come on. This is... Oh, come on. This is also where the Fell Maiden would be, right up in this spot. So it's another way to access that little spot of the game. But I'm going to retrace my steps real quick. I want to go back up there and find that one ruin. So again, if you come back here, you can find all those bloodstone dudes. You just got to reset the area in order to find them. Because they have all gone. They're not going to come back. So, not without exiting the game or going back to the dream. Alright, we're going up. Take a left. Then, run through the little hole in the wall. Take a left over the bridge. And now, straight ahead is our ruin that I was looking for. Yep, that is the ruin we are looking for. But right now, we want to kill this big boy. So he stops throwing rocks at us. Did you drop anything cool? You dropped nothing. Now you're just chilling out. Now you look like you're at the beach having a good time. I'm glad I could do that for you, buddy. Glad I could do that for you. Alright, so we go back. Grab our clockwise metamorphosis. And now we are going to be heading into a poison swamp. We are going to head to the right first. If you do not want to be in this position right now where we're going to go into a poison swamp because you don't have a lot of antidotes, go to the left and that way we'll progress you to the main area boss. But we're going to go this way. Just going to roll past these guys because we don't need to kill them. Again, these little crawlers, all they have are bloodstone shards. If you have Molotov cocktails, you can by all means kill them pretty easily. But I am not killing the big white slug dudes. They're pretty cool, though. They are pretty cool. Because they're just not worth it. They don't really pose too much of a threat. So, yeah. But this guy, we kind of want to kill. Because I believe he drops chunks. I believe. It's been a very long time. Nope, just twins. Let's say it's been a very long time since I have killed that one in particular. So, we're going to go around these dudes. We are going to kill this guy. Because he will block the way. And now we're going to heal up for fairly quickly. And boom. Make sure you are above 80% as Frenzy comes to hit. Ooh, that's a decent gem. Hopefully it gives me something good. And now, when we're on dry land, we are going to use an antidote. And there we go. Next hunter tool. This is hands down the most missed hunter tool of the game. Hands down. So, we got our messenger gift. I don't know why this is a hunter tool. I'm going to be completely honest, because it's kind of useless. All it does is let you transform into a messenger. So, it makes you look like a message on the ground. That's it. I don't know why that would be important as a tool. But apparently people like it. So, yeah. You can spam roll your way through this swamp to be faster. It don't really matter, but we got the tool that we want. I want to grab this item to see what it is, but then I'm going to head back. Now we're going to head back to the dream, level up, because we got 41,000, refresh our blood, and we'll be all set for the remaining part of this level. All right, lady, I'm back. Did you miss me? God, I'm already level 70. That is wild to me. That is really wild to me. Like, I normally beat the main game when around level 60. Let's see. We'll repair. Do I have anything else I want to put on? Ooh. 15%. Ooh. Tempting. That's very tempting. But maybe later. Alright, so we're going to head back to the frontier. And now I'm going to show you how to get where we were a little bit faster, or where we can progress a little bit faster. Because we've got pretty much every item that we need. Again, if you want to go kill all of those little crawler boys for bloodstone shards, be my guest. We missed one down in the poison swamp area. So, You can go get that one if you wish. I am not. We can buy bloodstone shards with insight, so it's not that big of a deal. But we're going to come down here again. Now, if you're not sure where we were, again, that item's just a trap. It's nothing. It's like a chalice item that we get very early in chalices, so it's not worth your time. And he's just going to knock you down into the swamp where we are, okay? But what we are going to do is, or where we were, was right there next to that dead body. We jumped down, went that way to get our messenger's gift. We are now going to drop down this way and roll our way to victory. You know, if the game lets me roll. Through this little tunnel. So hopefully we don't get poisoned. Boom. Beautiful. And now we're going to run across. Grab our madman's knowledge. We are going to hug the right wall as much as possible to avoid being poisoned. And now we got one dude over here to kill. Now. Ouch. There is a big boy throwing boulders. We're going to go back and get it here in a second. I just want to be out of the danger zone. I'm going to pop an antidote just to get rid of the slow poison. Even though I was not poisoned. Just don't want to get it. Now we're going to roll all our way across the water. Past this one. To the next little land hoe section. Come on, get on there. And we got our next big boy to kill. Who somehow didn't see us coming. Did you give me anything? No? Okay, then fine. Fall off. Fall. Fine, I'm done. I'm done. Didn't fall off. I give up. Alright, then we get Clear Deep Sea. I believe this is just one of the better ruins that we already have. Yep. Clear Deep Sea. Just a better version of the Poison Ruin. But after this, we won't need to put Poison Rune on like ever again. So, now, we can run this way. I believe we can run up one of these pillars. JK, there's a spot to roll up right here. We can grab an upgrade, or not an upgrade material, an item for... Oh, where's my cold blood? My cold blood's this way. I remember. I'm ambered. It took me a minute, but I'm ambered. So we're hugging this wall to our right so we can grab more cold blood in this little tunnel. Don't use an antidote unless you have to. Just try to heal through it. And then we will run towards the next section of the game. Again, don't kill anybody. Not worth your time. Not worth your time. Excellent. Now, before we get out of the tunnel, so like right here, get rid of the poison if you haven't gotten rid of it already. And you want to make sure you have a sedative equipped. Now, you can take off your poison garb for now, and you can slap on your hunter's garb that has high frenzy resistance. Because there's another winter lantern that's going to give us frenzy. It's going to. Doesn't matter how much damage you do. So, kill that thing quickly. And then pop a sedative so you don't have to heal. Oh, wow. Another cursed gemstone. Cool. Then we're going to come back. Oh, wait. Hang on. Might have triggered him. Right here. This one will knock you off the ledge. So you do have to kill it fast. And there is our other chunks that we could get very early in the game. So if you go to Forbidden Woods and you talk to a villager, or you go to the Forbidden Woods after killing Victor Amelia, and then you go back to Cathedral Ward or anywhere where you can talk to an NPC through a window, Patches will give you the Tonsil Stone. At the start of Yargul, when we kill Rom and warp to that one altar where Amygdala is standing above us, hugging the wall, all we got to do is be grabbed by that guy, and we can come to the Nightmare Frontier to grab more chunks if you want to. Just know this area is going to be a lot more hard, a lot more difficult if that is how you choose to play the game. We're going to grab the rocks, stones. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Isn't there more back here? Or is this where I was? I don't remember. It's fine. No big deal. Alright, now. You already heard another winter lantern. Creepy, I know. There's going to be like 1 or 2 way over there. You do not want to fall down that little hole because it's just going to put you right by a winter lantern. And it's probably going to give you a frenzy and it's probably going to kill you. So, there are a few items that we can grab. Just trying to remember where exactly they are. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Bold Hunter's Mark over here. And then, we're going to roll up this side of the hill. Ouch. Mean. And grab Frenzied Cold Blood. Then we are going to run across. Don't worry about that item. We'll grab it in a little bit. We're going to kill these guys. Whoa, that guy just magically appeared. Did you see that? That's creepy. Nice. More chunks. Ah, bolt paper. Damn. That sucks. We're going to use an antidote. Slap on your church set. I'm a dummy who forgot to before I went back in the poison. We're going to wait for this guy to come at us. Ow, ow. That was rude. That was very rude. Very rude. I didn't like that. You were mean. Next. Oh, God, my eye. Sorry, I apologize. I'm blind. Okay, we're good. Now we're going to hug the wall to our left and grab an item over here. Madman's Knowledge. Now, we are going to, again, keep an eye on our health. We do not want to get below 80% because there is a winter lantern over here that will see us eventually. Right there. So we want to kill this thing very quickly so we don't get any frenzy and use the sedative. Whew, that was close. Let's use an antidote. Heal up. And now we got to run through the rest of the little section, grab a couple other items that are back here in this little area. Ouch. Rude. There should be a couple more items back here. I just can't remember where, because it all looks the same. Now, one thing that's cool with these guys, and if I see the attack, I'll show you, but you can actually see the little messengers that are like trapped and have been devoured by those things. It's pretty cool. It's a very, very, very rare attack to get, but it's very cool. All right, now we have grabbed pretty much every weapon or every item that this section of the game has given us. The only thing we got to grab is our shortcut. So we're rolling back out. Whew, I almost got poisoned. You can grab this if you want. It is just blood. It's not that big of a deal. We're going to come this way. We're going to grab the other item. Oh, JK, that's Madman's Knowledge. This was blood. I always get those confused. And we're going to come up here. We're going to kill Big Boy. If we don't kill him, he's going to kind of send us flying when we get the elevator. So we want to run all the way up here. And bing, bang, boom, we got our shortcut. So now we're going to run up and we're going to take a hard left. And a hard left, not a kind of left, like a hard left. And now we're going to head to our lamp. Oh, I forgot about this item. Madman's Knowledge. Forgot about it. I even made notes for that one. This is one of the few areas where I actually had to go through on a separate playthrough to make sure I got every item that I could find. Because, like, this area is super vast. And there's just a ton of items. And it all looks the same. Like, Nightmare Frontier is actually leveled out or spaced out really, really well. And the interconnectivity is pretty good. It's just, man, poison swamps suck. And Miyazaki loves poison swamps. He's got at least one in every game. Okay, where is Cold Blood? Let's do that. That should be enough, right? Yes, that is enough. Excellent. Alright. So from here, we do not need our armor on anymore, so you can put whatever armor on you want. I'm going to go back to my crow set, and we're going to throw back on the hunter set. Fashion at its finest. Alright, now we can go kill our boss. Right? Go kill our boss. Is there anything else that I need to do? Ah, ruins. I forgot. Alright, so we don't need that on anymore. We can throw Blood Rapture on. Or if you want, you can also throw the claw mark on. Actually, I kind of want to see the claw mark. That'd be pretty sweet. Have both claw marks on. That'd be pretty sweet. So, we're going to go Nightmare Frontier. And I'll talk a little bit about Amygdala, considering we have to go to the shortcut in order to use it. It's a pretty straight path. You don't have to really do any crazy twists and turns or any leaps of faith or anything like that. So, Amygdala is the big monsters that you saw in Yargul, the Unseen Village. However, this Amygdala is really weak. Like, I'm going to be honest, it doesn't hit incredibly hard. It will in early game. Like, if we came here after killing Victor Amelia, my god, Amygdala would be very tough. But we don't have to kill it. We're going to kill this guy so I can explain things. So, Amygdala is pretty simple, pretty straightforward of a fight. Honestly, with how strong we are, I don't even know if it's going to attack more than once. Like, I'm being very honest, very straightforward. So, Amygdala, as of right now, is up on top of the tower, and it will jump down. Be sure to equip Beast Blood Pellets and Bolt Paper. You're going to want to use Bolt Paper first, then Beast Blood Pellets, and then you're going to want to full sprint into the room with your weapon tricked, so when you are running, you get a big overhead slam with the saw spear or saw cleaver, or any weapon that has a big overhead slash. What that's going to do is it's going to knock the boss, or stagger the boss where we can get a visceral attack. Since I have 2 claw marks on, we're going to do a boatload of extra damage. But even then, you're going to do a lot of damage. Then you're going to want to focus on its right arm, which will be hanging and glowing on the left side of the screen. That's the arm you're going to want to hit the most because it's going to be the closest to the ground. If it staggers again, or it will probably stagger a couple of times, and by that point, you're just going to hit it a few more times to win. If it does not stagger very well, or you miss a couple of shots, or things go wrong, just back up near the walls, and you're going to want to stay away from it as much as possible until its arm is just dangling there, and then you can hit it a couple times as well. It's going to be pretty similar to the strategy we're going to use when we get into the Chalice dungeon fighting Defiled Amygdala. However, that is arguably the hardest boss in the game, and it's going to be a lot harder to fight. We're not going to have nearly as many windows of opportunity to do damage as we are here. So, that's a problem for future us. But right now, we are going to have our weapon tricked. We're going to walk in and slap on Bolt Paper. We're going to throw on Beast Blood Pellets. We are going to run as it comes in. We're going to hit it in the head. Oh, I was supposed to run. I didn't do that right. Ow. Back away. Heal twice. That's fine. It's no big deal. Back away. Trick the weapon. Hit it in the head if you can. There's the visceral opening. How much damage are we doing? Ooh, that's a lot. That was good. Hit the left arm. No, come back down here. Ow. That's fine. Just hit the head. And then the arms. Alright, now if this happens to you, stand by the tail. You can just hit the tail if you want. Eventually it will jump. When it jumps, it's pretty easy to kill. you're just gonna walk in the air in the direction it goes. Oh my god, me missing that first headshot really just set this fight up to be a lot longer. And I'm also just not getting good RNG. Can you work, game? Like, can you do what you're supposed to? Can you do the jump? There we go. So we jump, we roll when he lands, and that's how we're gonna do most of our damage from here on out. What in the world was that? I don't even know what I just saw, I'm gonna be honest. But you can smack the tail to do basically no damage. If he jumps and lands on you, it is going to be a one-shot. So, okay. I'm getting mad at this game. Thank God he hit me before I rolled. I'm just trying to get him to come closer, so I don't have to, like, be stuck with a wall. But we'll see if he actually does it. Alright, perfect. Oh, and then he does that. What a guy. Alright, Amygdala, can you please do the jumpy? That's the easiest attack to fucking do. There we go. My god, that was annoying. They made me so mad I even swore. I don't swear that much. Ah. Alright. Well, that was done. And you should have 2 trophies pop up. One for Amygdala and one for the Ailing Laron Chalice. So, that is the Nightmare Frontier. The next area that we can go is the Nightmare of Mensis. And that is what we will cover in the next episode. So, as of right now, you should have most of the hunter tools. There's about, how many more? I think in the base game, there's maybe one more. If not, we've done all of them. And then we got the ones in the DLC. The ones in the DLCs are pretty cool. But we will get that once every main game boss is defeated. Now, I will see you guys in the next episode. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Thank you all so much for watching.